Ahoy there. It was super dorky. We just got back from a family cruise. We took the kids, and I'll say that a cruise is really fun with kids our age. They're 8 and 11. There's so much to do on this ginormous ship, and the kids were able to spend a couple nights in the room while my husband and I went out for dinner because they were just exhausted, and like, where are they going to go? We're on a boat. So it was really fun. And as we're on board, I'm just noticing this is not a particular environment where people are really concerned about being elegant. It's a very casual environment. And yes, there are some formal nights where people dress up, but it's not like being at a resort in the Riviera or in Saint-Tropez where people are very elegant. And I was generally like the most dressed up person. And I live in Vermont. I'm very accustomed to that territory of being dressed up. And I just love feeling elegant. It's just very me. And I just couldn't help but make some observations because there were some other people that did look very elegant and classy on the trip. And I just was kind of noticing, what is it about those people that makes them stand out? And I want to start by saying there's a difference between an observation and a judgment. I was noticing things, but with no judgment. People, do you wear what you want to wear? I'm not like, ew, look at what that person's wearing. I'm never someone that's like, ew, look at that person. No. But there were some things that if you are interested in looking more elevated, I'm going to point out a few things that maybe aren't as obvious. I'm sure there's many things that are quite obvious, and it's not necessarily about wearing expensive clothing. So here we go. I'm going to list off a few things that I noticed. So let's start with when we go to the Caribbean or the tropics, you might be excited to wear some like Caribbean colors, those like really bright fuchsias and lime greens, and they feel very like I'm in my vacation era. And most of the time people gravitate towards that spring color palette of those really bright, crisp colors. And if you're not a spring, they actually can come off a little tacky on some people. And if you're not someone that can handle like bold floral patterns or like big patterns, maybe you're a gamine and like those kind of dainty patterns look better, it might look off balance. So my point is, if you love it, wear it, but not just automatically assume because I'm going to the Caribbean, this is like appropriate to wear, because it might not be for you. That being said, there is a way to make it work. Look at this color I'm wearing as an autumn. This is more like a salmon coral color. So it's not like a fuchsia, but there's a way to do Caribbean tropical within my color scheme. So if you look at my colors here, this is very similar to what I'm wearing right now. These jewel tones, sorry, this is a little blurry. There are colors in here that still look very fresh and tropical, but are still flattering on me. That's really what it's about, is being flattering. I had like a lime green in here I'm not finding right now, but there's a way to make that work. And on the same theme of colors, one of the nights was white night. Everybody wear white. And I feel so strongly about having discovered my white has been really helpful, because bright, crisp, cool, very cool bluish whites make me look sick. Like, are you okay? But like a creamy oyster white, so beautiful. So even though it was white night, I didn't automatically reach for a crisp white. I went with something more this color, more these kind of creamy, warmer looking whites. So again, it's not just like falling into an assumption or a pattern because that's what you're supposed to do in this environment. It's adapting that to work for you. Here's one. Cut the tags out of your clothing. You're welcome. This is such a game changer. I went through all my bathing suits and cut all the tags off. The one that always sticks out in the side of your bikini, the one that flips up from the back. If you're wearing like those mesh pants, those were very popular, those like kind of wide mesh, almost like fishnet looking, but you can see the tag. So you could wearing this like nice outfit or something sheer, and then you see the tag, and it just kind of ruins the effect. Now I understand this can affect the resale value, and I'm very into consigning clothes and having them live on. So that might be a reason you don't want to do it. But in general, more luxury brands and expensive clothing conceal the tags, or they just wouldn't put them in a place where they would be obvious. So just consider like cutting the tags out of your clothes. You might not, if you're on a vacation where you might not want to be bringing hot tools or spending a long time on your hair, it's a busy day and you're going out for dinner, or you're waking up in this cruise ship full of people and going right to breakfast without like getting ready for the day, my robe curl band was a game changer. I slept in it every night and I woke up for breakfast with just like perfect, beautiful hair, no makeup, but looking glamorous and amazing. So robe curls, really easy way to look polished and not like you just rolled out of bed, even though you did. Intentional dressing. So this is really the biggest one that made people stand out. It's like, oh, that is an elegant lady. Look at her. Monochromatic outfits just give the illusion that you put some thought into what you put on. Now, some women, gamine body types especially, look really amazing with like mix match type outfits. I do not. I tend to look better when things are kind of streamlined and harmonious. So outfits that were either monochromatic or accessories that matched. So it's really easy to like, I'm grabbing this beach bag and I'm grabbing this little day purse and this fanny pack, and they're like all different colors, and it looks like kind of insane when it all comes together, like not intentional. So I invested in, and I say invest, none of these were expensive, but since I travel for work, I bought this like camel colored laptop bag that I got on Amazon. I'll link to it. And this fanny pack that kind of matches, and it's like warm and very neutral, so it matches with a lot of things in my wardrobe. And then when I was in Germany, I got this little backpack. So when I'm traveling and I'm wearing all these three things together, it just looks kind of intentional and pulled together like an outfit. And the last thing, again, there's so many, but the last thing that really stood out to me was posture. And I'm not talking about having perfect ballerina posture, because I wish I did. But if you are hunched over, and you can really see this when people are wearing bathing suits and they're walking around like this with their chest kind of sunken in, you're never going to look elegant with bad posture. It's not good for your body. It's not good for the way you present yourself in the world. It just looks like you look defeated with bad posture, and it kind of ruins your outfit too. So people that look classy are almost 99% of the time going to have pretty good posture, like they're presenting themselves to the world. So even if like none of the things I said before are happening for you, stand up straight and tall, girl. Say it with your chest. That's a big one. I stopped filming, then I remembered another one. When you're on vacation and you're going to be hanging out in the room with other people, it is such a win to have loungewear or pajamas in your color scheme. I brought, I had gotten from the clothing swap, a like cinnamon silky pajama set. And that's when like you're going to be hanging out with no makeup. And if you're wearing your color, you still are going to look like fresh. If you're wearing something that clashes with your color and you're like no makeup, you might look kind of sick. So find something that like really flatters you for loungewear. These were just, again, some of the things. There's way more. I'd love to hear from you. What else do you notice in a kind of a vacation environment that looks really classy, or something that you do when you travel to kind of elevate your look? Because I just, I love this stuff. Happy vacationing.